You are welcome to AD 304, Statistics and Field Experimentation. Study Section 6, Population, Sample and Sampling. Introduction. Population or universe is used to mean the totality of cases in an investigation. A population or universe, or simply called sample frame, implies all possible observations of a given unit of interest. A sample is a subset of a population which is usually taken from a population using an appropriate sampling technique. Learning outcome. At the end of this study session, you should be able to explain population, sample, and the reasons for sampling. Also, you should be able to discuss different types of sampling techniques. Population and sample. In most cases, taking the entire population for some researches is quite difficult because the size of the population may be too large for an individual to handle. And for example, if you want to determine the yield of maize in Oyo State for the year 2012, the population includes all farms in Oyo State in which maize was planted in the year 2012. Now, sampling on the other hand is the procedure or the technique of selecting a sample from a population. What are the reasons for sampling? 1. Because of the nature and pattern of distribution or dispersion of the elements of the population, the sample becomes inevitable. 2. Since sampling enables individuals to deal with a part of the population, hence it is obviously cheaper to study a sample than the entire population. 3. Sampling enables us to be more thorough and afford in better supervision. 4. It enables us to obtain quicker results and thus a complete coverage of the population. 5. A study of a few elements will give researchers sufficient knowledge of what obtains in the entire population of study. And 6. Has to do with the cost implication that could be incurred if the entire population is to be considered, and hence taking a sample of such a population could be used to be a representation of the entire population. Types of sampling. Generally, there are two major types of sampling. 1, we have random sampling, and 2, we have the non-random sampling. Now, for random sampling, we have two methods for random sampling, and these are the lottery method, the use of table of random numbers. Now, in random sampling, the sampling units are selected according to some law of chance, which guarantee every element of the population an equal chance of being selected. By giving every element an equal chance, the issue of personal bias is eliminated completely. Also, sampling units are the element of a population which need to be selected during sampling. Only if the sample is random that we can assume that the distribution of a sample value follows the pattern of distribution. Let's consider the lumping method. The lumping method ensures that all the elements have equal chance of being selected. Hence, the list of each element of the population is made on separate sheet of paper and they are folded. Now, these lists are being thoroughly mixed together or simply shuffled, and the selector, that is the person to select it, can close his or her eyes before every selection so as to override the effect of preference. Now, the use of table of random numbers. This involves the use of specially prepared table which is called table of random numbers. And in using the table, all the elements of the population are numbered depending on the size of the population and the sample size, to be chosen or to be selected. Now, the number is done in the following pattern. Now, what the pattern is that if the number of elements to be selected is less than 100, then the numbering is between 100 and 99. But if the number of the elements is between 100 and 1000, then the numbering is between 001 and 999. That's 001 and 999. Now, but if the number of the elements is between 1000 and 10,000, then the numbering will be between 0001 and 9999. And this is how the numbering is being done. As the number of elements increases, so also the pattern of numbering is being followed. Stratified random sampling is a type of random sampling in which the population is first divided into two or more groups, which is called strata. And then random sampling is made within each stratum. Now, consideration is given to the nature of the population of elements in the sample frame, and this method ensures representativeness of the entire population of sample. Now, this method is very important where the population is heterogeneous, that is where the population that is being considered don't have the same features all through. Now, for example, just for instance, if a sample of larger academic program is to be drawn, it is very important to categorize the respondents. It is important to categorize them according to the program that are being offered in LAUTECH. And this range from diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate, so that the sample will be a typical representation of the entire university and community. Now, if only undergraduate or postgraduates are being used, then the report would not be a good representation of the university. So in essence, example of random sampling is what I just explained, that is the stratified random sampling. Now let's consider the random sampling. Now, for the random sampling, In random sampling, it is not all the elements of a population that have the equal chances of being selected, and hence there might be some preferences by the selector if the sample is not to be done randomly. Now, examples of non-random sampling are the systematic sampling, the multi-stage sampling, cluster or area sampling, accidental or haphazard sampling, purpose sampling, and quarter sampling. Now, for systematic sampling, this is the one in which the sampling units are selected at fixed interval from the population. Now, for the multi-stage sampling, the sampling is done in stages. The population is distributed into a number of stages. And for the cluster or area sampling, in many situations, for this kind of sampling, the unit in the population exists in some natural groups. And for the accidental or haphazard sampling, this is the method of sampling in which the respondent is chosen by accident or just by chance, and it is whoever comes across the way of the selector that is being selected. Now, for the purpose sampling, this is a sampling technique which is being used to measure particular characteristics or simply the attributes of the population in question. In this case, the investigator has definite purpose in mind about the desired sample, and the specific controls are adopted to achieve the desired objective of the selector or the investigator. Now, for the case of the quarter sampling, now it is a sampling in which a population is divided into different quota based on some agreed percentage. The quarter sampling also attempts a fair representation of different classes that may exist in any given population. With this, we have come to the end of study section 6, and we have talked majorly on population, sample, and the sampling techniques. By now, I believe that you should be able to explain population, sample, and the reasons for sampling, and also you should be able to discuss the different types of sampling. I enjoin you to go over this video clip once again to have better understanding of all that have been explained. Thanks for listening.